Hey guys, today I'd like to talk to you about how to get design inspiration. And this means inspiration for color palettes, room layouts, the different mediums and shapes that you're going to use, the art, the types of seating, the whole home design, and how to get inspiration to create that without having to copy what other people are doing or trend cues and that kind of thing. My first tip is to get outside. I think nature and the organic world outside is a perfect way to start and look for ideas, and that can help you figure out textures and colors and different vibes and different tones and get you in a good headspace to figure that kind of stuff out. Going on walks, collecting rocks, looking at the flowers, all that kind of thing, getting your feet in the sand or the dirt or the grass, all I think are a great way to clear your head and start fresh without a ton of other influences helping you figure out what you want to do. Along that vein, going on vacations and travel is a great source of inspiration. On a recent trip in San Francisco, I pulled out my phone and snapped photos of some architecture in an old hotel that I thought was beautiful. Even though at the moment I couldn't figure out exactly what that could translate into, whether it would be the shape of a lampshade or some art that I was going to create or whatever, I just snapped a photo of something that I liked, and it's something I can always refer back to help me in the future. My sister is going to Mexico soon, and I'm excited to see what she returns with. I think that's a great opportunity to search for inspiration in the culture, in the beaches she's going to visit, and the food, and the architecture, and the Spanish Mexican influence there. So take note of the vibes or the colors or tones that you enjoy while you're there, and snap photos of shapes and structures and whatever inspires you and makes you smile. You can turn towards print and magazines. Those are going to be a little bit trend oriented typically, but if you look through stuff in a library, there's going to be a lot of old classic designs and architecture or whatever, and that can help you break out of that mold of doing what everyone else is doing. Any great home design is going to be timeless and classic. So any older designs, if they're really good, are going to have potential and have nuggets of something in there that you're likely to be attracted to and that could work today. You can flip through materials at a bookstore, the library, like I said, kind of anywhere. So make sure you're taking note of patterns, textures, colors, locations, cultures, light temperatures that you like, cool tones, warm tones, and also take note of how those things make you feel. If you want to feel happy and comfortable in your home, then you need to seek out the things that are going to make you feel that way. Find things that make you happy or make you feel the way you want to feel in your home. And then kind of the last stop would be social media, Pinterest, those kinds of places. Those can be especially good if you already have a direction in mind, you already have a couple design styles or a color palette or some sort of design in mind. Then you can search for those specific things and find similar designs or similar objects that are going to help you get a more concrete physical manifestation of what your design is to kind of illustrate what you're looking for. And on the journey, you might find a few things that you hadn't thought of before that will tie into that, or you may start to move into a different direction, and that's fine too. This is a whole journey and process. So when you get in that routine of pinning stuff that you're attracted to, you're not sure why, but this is cool, and oh, I love that color, you build up a collection of things to refer back to. So when you're designing your next room and you're not sure where to start, you can start with the collection you've already built of stuff that you like and start to build off of that and find your way and your direction. And that way you're a little less swayed by what's trending at the moment and you're sort of leading, figuring it out. And once you've kind of gone through all that and you're figuring out what you want, you got to create a mood board. So that can be digitally through Pinterest, Milanote, those types of things, Photoshop, or you can do it physically as well. You can lay out samples, paint chips, fabric samples, rocks, or accessories that fit that vibe. Lay them out on your coffee table and start to see it all together. You're going to want to see what you're figuring out before you commit to it, because just because you like all these things doesn't mean that it will work well together. That's a great opportunity to kind of maybe edit and realize, okay, these certain things work well together, this one maybe not so much, and come up with something a little more cohesive. And again, that all has to do with your design style. If you are eclectic and you want a jumble of everything, then you're probably golden as is, but a lot of us like a little more calmer aesthetic, and so we tend to need to edit ourselves down and make sure that they work and you love it before you commit to it. And if you're starting the shopping process and you're still not 100% sure, a great tip is to buy more than you need and return what you end up not using. I do this at Target occasionally when I'm not sure exactly what I want. I'll buy multiple accessories or blankets or something and take back what I end up not loving. Even if you have a firm design plan and direction, a lot of people still use this because you never know exactly, especially when you're ordering online too in different places, you never know exactly how the colors are gonna match up and how you're gonna end up feeling in the space. So that's a hot tip for you. I hope this video was helpful and fun, and that you get out there and start to think about design differently. It's a process that you want to take seriously because, especially when it's out in a home, you don't want to be having to change it up every 6 months. So I think it's worth it to take the time, do some soul searching kind of, and figure out, oh, this is what I love, and make that happen. So I hope this was helpful and fun and you enjoyed it. And I guess I just want to remind you guys that you don't have to do whatever everyone else is doing. And I guess one last tip would be to check out thrift stores. Those are not mainstream, trendy. Thrift stores obviously are people's junk, which can be other people's treasure. And so that's a great place. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have lots of fun content coming up, so subscribe if you don't want to miss any of that. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.